Ebraso sama pesmaka for yensia de don hwe baako ebe kenkan ede so mo nsam no do so yenhwe de bedi akotene ne bi. Ghana Mampani John Dramani Mahama akopiemu ewa Lyon na wono akoye One Health Summit ho na wo kire se apomudemu how ye edi wiase asabamu no ebehia se wono nyina ka won ho bomu na wode so ano. NPP amanyoko no ede sobo ebo aban se wonam enwosia ane wono adesian hihye so ye curriculum so ede epeja LGBTQ ewo omai Ghana. Ena ba sumko ya wono eye bidden ehu dwumadie ede fa won ya oda ne da mine gold mine asha won sa edo mama ne ekoto aban anim no wage atum engineers and planners ena won modi nkunim e wo da mine gold mine tender wo ye Omaya de shede ya bobo soi eni pia eka ho ena enwumrei ya bekenkan ede asomo ensemi nyina ya boabo no ede akogu www.facheonline.com woko ho anu akokenkan bi ya besen atwa live Facebook ni YouTube no eye Fache TV GH and Facebook eye Fache TV bebia wo be join ye no ya no like no share program no na onua bi enya bi ahye apesmakafo enwre ya gebre na yesomo eyemi AFIA chumwa ketri menen
Obrempong akwesi jaboa
ya besrawo na wakan ho na kase ni nchemu no eri atoni Ebusiafo mama akwa ba fe ye hye ensem no ase e de free France abrochimai mo Mampani John Dramani Mahama wakopie Lyon na one French Mampani Emmanuel Macron aka won ho abomu mpanimfo ahodo bebre ya won mabene na wakwadare ewo apomuden ensem kayemu ahia ena won maye One Health Summit na Mampani John Dramani Mahama nkasayemo ena won trese apomuden emu hawo ya eti wiase mpuntu asabemu no eye bebre nti ebremu eho behia se amama yahodo nyina ka won ho bomu kwasikokwa amanso ne bebremu na won watimi aboa na wagina ohaw ahodo ya apomden emu ensensem ede ebre ewiase no Mampani Mahama echiremu a ene wo haw ahodo ya ewiase enemu ewo apomden emu ebi eye enyarewa ahodo ya etan esan nipa boni beka se infectious diseases nyarwa bebre nene eni nipa dasani etie ya seni nua bi etai be nipa enche na ebi aka no afa nyarwa no so ebi ewo ho a emmo nkumankuma a wo mo ede eba no wono mo ahoden no adru Saudi adropra ka wono mo a ententam ene niama ahodo bebre ya eno so empanimfo guso a ebo ho amane na wiem nsakraye eka ho enti Mampani John Dramani Mahama sedie ema wono ma yesa One Health Summit no ene said wono betimi aka ewiase nipa nyina sebe moawa womo nyina so abomo na wono ede o magufa akona mpanimfo ani akọ wo sede be ya se o haw bi eboboba e wa apomudin mu a entempa wono behunu na wode ano adru aba.
The crosshairs, animals, humans and plants, and the environmental catastrophe confronting us is in the waves of the sea, it's in the glaciers, it's in the rainforests, it's in the desert storms. In my own country of Ghana, a blight of disease and pests affects smallholder cocoa farmers, threatening millions of households. Illegal gold mining leads to forest degradation and pollution of our water bodies, threatening the survival of precious populations of birds and insects critical to our biodiversity. At the foundation of all these crises is the phenomenon of climate change. And yes, we realize that everything is interconnected. From the outbreak of infectious diseases to antimicrobial resistance, and from climate-related disruptions to food systems, all these risks converge and intensify in frequency, complexity, and severity than at any time in human history. The One Health approach is thus a practical matter for us in Africa. We've traditionally lived our lives in lockstep with nature. We're an integral part of nature. Still, more than 50% of our population rely on herbs and other natural forest resources for their medicines. Our rich cultural heritage stands as a testament to the wisdom of an integrated approach to healthcare. Long before the coinage of One Health innovations, our ancestors over the centuries mastered the use of plant-based therapies for animal healing, which in turn protected human health. In Africa, our lived experience leads us to accept without question that human survival, animal well-being, and plant health and environmental care form a single interconnected system. This system also integrates prevention, early detection, and swift response into a comprehensive whole that improves downstream medical care. We understand that our national development is rooted in resilient ecosystems and a strong public health system. Since the dawn of African civilization, from Songhai to Great Zimbabwe, from Timbuktu to Axum, and to ancient Egypt, traditional knowledge incorporated systems for diagnosing and treating chronic ailments, for dealing with plagues and pests, and even the practice of terrace farming. This knowledge has always been with us. What has been needed in recent times has been
Omampeni John Dramani Mahama to also express said they are said prevention is better than cure. No, oh my Ghana Muha say one monam apomden shaka CMU so any Ghana Medical Trust Fund and a free primary health care program. So ya wo guswa ni nipa etwetwe nkomosa de beya won mo ebe tumi etutu anamo SCCA na afei edidie kra no a won mo didi ye na timi aboa asonyarewa no sense one more better say ama yade no aba ansa na one more hwese wo pe ano aduru eno so eda enchen one more ebe hwe na wo ne won a etete enhaban e wo mai ga na mu no ye enhaban nura hodo aka wo ho abatire mu enti broni adroni enhaban nuro ni ni na ka bomu a ebetimi aboa asonyarewa ahodo etise ya eji wiase mpuntu asaban mu no ano
to intersect with it. Over the past decades, we have faced pandemics and plagues, from COVID-19 to Mpox, Lassa fever, and Marburg. Each crisis has highlighted the importance of the One Health approach. We must reclaim our native practices and more actively draw on our heritage of integrated living across the continent. These public health emergencies have also taught us a simple truth, that prevention is not only more effective, but also and so in Ghana, let us shift from commitment to action. The period of declarations must come to an end. The moment for coordinated effort is here, and let us start from Lyon. Let us connect our One Health strategies for our national development agendas to a new global framework for public health. The international security agenda must fully adopt this approach as a key element of sustainable development worldwide. And thirdly, let us concentrate on building a new preventive shield and an intelligent radar system at its source. Robust surveillance systems, early warning mechanisms, and community-level interventions are our strongest defense against future pandemics. But these must be smart, dynamic, agile, and interoperable, lest we simply add new bureaucracies to old ones. The decisions we make at this summit will shape the future of global health security. And so let us ensure that they result in tangible, measurable
oboade nipa ya wode ache oman Ghana na akodi daman eho asem na ye kan sika akọ ene eho empempenade na akodi daman asase mu no eno na Ghana ban epa abagekuo se wonum enhwehwe empanimfo ene nipa hodo adwumakuo bi a wonum nimde ewo efomagudie etuo ho se de be ya wonum betumi aboa pa ama yetumi atu efomagudie ene oboade nipa hodo a wode ahye asase ntene mu ede ama oman Ghana eno enam so bi ema abagekuo ya oman Ghana wonum epa ye no empanimfo ede enhyehyeye ahodo ni susupono ahodo ede to ho se adwumakuo biada wosusu se wo mu ahoden na wo mu nimdie no wo sofa o proposal fabra na eno enam so bi emanyumakuo ahodo pinu a ena ede proposal ekoye ya Engineers and Planners Company Limited wonum eka ho bi ono panimpa ya eyene dia eye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne nua Ibrahim Mahama ono ena ye panimpa na dwumadie no eyene dia sanso ena Heath Goldfields Limited wonum so eka ho bi na empanimfo yi ekoi akono mu eye den pa ema ene ehyehyeye ni susupuna empanimfo de to ho ebi ene se oye adwumakuo na wonkuta sika America dollar abunabunu no $500 million ya untumi ema ese obepe sa efomagudie no etu na wonum ede sese so no Engineers and Planners wonum etimi epeja sika botene pa $505 million ena wonum etimi ede baye na entremu ekyerese ene Absa Bank ene Stanbic Bank nyina wonum eta won sikasem no ekyiri eno ewo honum ebra committee no ekosi aye na wonum eye agyeje ebobo ensensem ene report ene proposals ahodo a afanu mienu yi ede aba no wonum esusu se wo hu ne se eye Engineers and Planners wonum ejina brane ene eba abefo kwan so se yemfo ntu form agudi a wonum jina brane saso ena enfidi ahodo ya ebeboa ama wonum atimi atu no atu ne yie aboa ma my Ghana nya so mfaso a ene Engineers and Planners wonum ejina bi pa eno nti wahwemu a womo ena wonum pese wode diamond gold mine no ede ema wonum se de beya wonum betumi akotu efomagudie ya eyesika akọ ewo diamond no ebetumi aboa ebra wonum ekopie mu ewo empanimfo nim na wo kyerɛkyerɛ ekwan a wofa so edi wonjuma no sei ena committee no eka wonsem.
On the screen is the evaluation criteria for the technical proposal stage. You will see that under relevant experience 10 marks will be awarded for the applicant information and a whopping 40 marks for the technical and general experience. This is really the meat as far as the matter is concerned. We're going to show that the person who wants to take over has that experience and the wherewithal to be able to sustain the operations. So 40 maximum points are awarded for that. Of course, you need to also show methodology and work plan, and that is 10 marks. Then qualification and experience of key staff, very, very important, 10 marks. Then of course, must also demonstrate that you have the facilities, the equipment, materials, and consumables to be able to do the operation. You also have compliance with safety, health, and environmental standards. And more importantly, local content. You must demonstrate this at the technical evaluation stage. Altogether, they will amount to 100 maximum points. Next slide. So as I've mentioned, on the screen are the requirements that were supposed to be met at the mandatory stage. And we showed those entities that met it. So EMP and Heath Goldfields, they met all the requirements, so they were responsive, as I mentioned earlier on, for the next stage. So on the screen again is the scores that were awarded after the committee had done their evaluation on the technical proposal. For the applicant information, EMP scored 10, Heath Goldfields 8.2. And then when you go to technical and general experience, you will see that disparity in the bank. EMP demonstrated clearly that they were up to, or they had the experience to be able to do the job, as opposed to Heath Goldfields 18.4%. When it comes to methodology and work plan, we scored EMP 9 out of 10, Heath Goldfields 6.2 out of 10. On the qualification, EMP had 9.6, Heath Goldfields had 9.2. You will see that it was a close mark in the sense that these are all entities in the mining sector, so they all have the same or have similar qualified professionals. So that's why the score is a bit close. Now, when you go to facilities, clearly EMP led in terms of the marks 9.8 as against His Goldfields is 5.8. Now, compliance with health, safety, and environment, EMP got 9.2, His Goldfields got 6.2. Now, local content, you see that interestingly here, His Goldfields had 0.2, 0.4 out of to be able to lead His Goldfields, to be able to lead EMP, which has 9.2. The reason is very clear. Right now, His Goldfields is a mining company. They are mining, so they are required part of local content or the obligation to have very local content strategies in place, which they are doing. Of course, the new person coming to take over that one. So, based on the requirements, the guidelines published, EMP met all the requirements, they satisfied the mandatory requirements, they met, able to demonstrate that they had the technical and financial capability to be able to run the operations of the mine when it is given to them. On this score, the committee recommended that they be awarded the mining list. That's in short what the committee did. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ebra committee ya aban pa wonum tender committee wonum yeye wojumade nyina ena wobo won krata akire ede kopie mu ewo Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources wode kopie mu ewo honom se de be ya aban ne be hu jumason a wabo na wo wi a aban no be hwe se wo begia tum anase wonye ntum na eno na anwumere ya yewura dandua mu yi ena krata efiri honom aba asoye ya wonum ehye ensase ene obo ade ne paso wonum ede aba na wo kire se enne na wonsa etumi eka tender committee wonum report ya ekire se wonum pese da mine gold mine no yefama engineers and planners said ye beya wonum betumi abo adwuma pa aboa atu efomagudi ahodo a obo ade ede ase ensasim ede ama o my Ghana na wo hye wo ye nhwehwemu ne nkratasem nyina eye no wo hu se engineers and planners wonum ejina brane na wo bo amane se ebra wonum bi akwanya ede kosi bosomi machi na ne bosatu sa efom ayeye ne yedea eno eka ho bi ema wonum ede sa adwuma
Ayo, enye na Ira Ibrahim Mahama wada engineers and planners adwumakuo no ano EMP ebebo na baso ne ama na mo sawa kunkoden na nsa aka mining list kese a etise ye yemfri EMP na yenko yipi so na chese yipi na yumre ye wo mu na yipi we de College of Education one more etete achercherefo na sai Auditor General ebo ras school no ye EP College of Education and we nhwehwemu efa won musika sem ho na baba daddy say sika be 1.3 million Ghana cedis ya family for sase won mo kire enwuma wodi sika no aye and Auditor General edito omanim sane won mo fa ehun krata nyina mra documentation ya ekire say ya di sika no ye we na ade a ye no so de mfaso ebre school no one more finance officer and mpanimfo ade school ya no a one more enyama and one more asem wachi e de come public accounts committee yenti neba som ko ni tenase and one friend finance officer ya oda EP College of Education ano Ora Osman Fusaini se womrai e bia Auditor General nim ne de na ho prenti and I want to me amfa further and better particulars no ama na ha wa bai dia wonu edge invoice any receipt bia ye fasa 1.3 million Ghana cedis ne ho afedie Osman Hussein enen fifre etinui public accounts committee for action ne bia na chese dia ya na ye sika no won mo yusu na so krata ya ebata hom owura no enya amba ti make aside public accounts committee abonachi sene won kwa attorney general ho na sem no mo sha senye nhwehwemu emfiri ho ebia sa abre no de na watumi akofa ne nkrata aba and then said the public accounts committee asetena ko ye no ye hwem right.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Finance officer, where were these PVs when the auditors came?
If you look at the management letter, some of the payments were
listen to the question that I'm asking you. Where were the receipts, the PVs, to these items when the auditors came to your place?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Some of them were still making follow-ups because some of the payments, for example, if you take College of Arts and Built Environment under KNUST, you see a number of receipts with them. So sometimes when you make payments to them, because we collect the examination fees on their behalf. So when you collect, you have to submit it.
Sir, we are not talking about examination fees. Listen to this. You bought foodstuffs for 60,000. Where were the invoices? Where were the PVs? You bought building materials for water project, 5,120. When you bought it from Abdullah Ishaq, he didn't give you an invoice. Publicity committee stationery, 7,800. Madam, I think what we are going to do is, years ago, we told you that when it comes to, what do you call it, unsupported documents, and then a procurement issues, we'll refer you straight to Attorney General. Here, 1.3 million invoices, no supporting documents when the auditors came. When did the auditors come to your place to do the audit?
Sorry, thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was October to December.
October to December
2024.
So PC's Corner Hotel and others, you had internal review process. You had it in April of 2024. 10,384, and you still haven't gotten the receipts. You still haven't gotten the PVs put together. Most of these infractions were committed in July and December. Most of them, July and December. When did you manufacture these PVs?
I was a Fontina Chesene, Ayerepa, the Ama Osman Fuseni, our finance officer, Ma EP College of Education. Now, Sadia now, I didn't catch a Melbro and a committee, no Mutitinani, Mammy Abna was sorry. One also not a two movie into the Nayan, so one bubble or run watching. Edino Ama a buying lawyer penny, any attention, yes, for Attorney General. Now, one more also assembly free officer 1.3 million Ghana cedis a dear. One want to mean Shaman and Papa, while Brown won't a buona testimony and want to mean fan grata Emma. Enti Chairman Kasaye, Emma ranking member, so editor, so say Ejikwana assembly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Like before, I was explaining, some of the suppliers are not within our enclave, so they are, some of them are far from us. So I was mentioning College of Art and Built Environment. They are in Kumasi. So sometimes, if you make payments and retrieving the receipt or getting the receipt from the supplier.
My brother, stop it right there. See, this is a serious committee. This is a very serious committee. You are telling me that you are making payments on behalf of your students. It takes forever for them to show you a receipt. How then do you tell your students that you have paid their fees for them? What do you show to the students as proof of payment? So don't tell us what you are telling us. You were here, you told the chairman for the day that the auditors came in October and November. Yet some of the receipts here are for December. There are about 6 of them that are December. So then if you tell us they came in October and November, you couldn't find the receipts for them, but yet you have November in there, December in there. So what happened to the December ones too? Clearly, when someone is sitting somewhere, the person will think you manufactured these vouchers. And please, like I said, we will be fair to you, but you also should know that it's a serious committee, and you go straight to the point, tell us the truth, and whatever it is that we have to do per the law, we'll go ahead and do it that way. You can't tell us you pay to KNUST. If KNUST is listening to you right now, you're telling KNUST you pay to them, it takes them forever for them to show you a receipt. I don't think it's a fair representation on the part of KNUST.
Madam, what is interesting is this KNUST that you are talking about, there were just 2 payments to KNUST. One is for 100,000 and the other one was 225,000. What about the over 1 million? 1 million Ghana cedis that you didn't have receipts for at the time of the audit. Royal Homeboy, payment for building materials. Is that KNUST? Huh?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Clerk, I think he needs to be recommended for the AG for prosecution. He will go there and refund everything that he will do with the AG. I don't think we have time for this.
And yena eho ayere pa yeto akase ne so osunu kokroko amanyoko ya wonum eti opposition ewo emrahye bedwafie enei wonum afre ensentrofo enhiamu na ensentrofo enhiamu a wofre ni nyina eya assemti ba kope ni nyina ene se obekaya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enei wode beto monten so se anti-LGBTQ wonum emra bill ya Ghana yetu no srani abasa no enei enhyeda kana dwendwen ho saa enya de a wo dadwen ho bebre saa eno na NPP wo sunu kokroko amanyoko wonum esode ye na omo se ene mo so momra na ye ne mo eni nkomo nsentrofo na no mu na wonum ene nsentrofo edi nkomo no wo kire se hwe enkameya ye se NDC ene yewura John Dramani Mahama wonum ye Ghana for krokro de John omoa na ginagina simpio so ene wonum di nkomo ahodo pinu a awo ma Ghana ha se na na adudan ko akufo ado se wonsan anonti Ghana fo enhu ne se wo ye nipa boni na wonto ba enfama wonum NDC fo ene wonum aban se de be ya wo ba ya entam so wonum betimi asensan krata na watimi abrasa LGBTQ+ no watimi abra wo my Ghana mu na ye den na de wo ba ye na ye se wankasa wonsam ya wo kan ye dachi bi anase emre bi atwamu na wode di nkomo na wode ye campaign ma enipa to aba edema wo ene wudwane ede afri ho anunti owura ya wono egina simpie so ekasa de ma NPP amanyeko no eye Honorable Reverend John Intim Fojo ono eneye asen okopiemu ewo asen nofa woye wonum emrahye bedwani na wode nsem ne bi etudwa no kire se hwe wobetimi aka sisu dia se enei ene di si aban ya His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edi animu wonum de enwoma bi ediaba ya wode ebehye asukufo wonum adisia hodo a wosia no ye yefe no curriculum no wode besem no wode abo sa LGBTQ no ho dawuro ama mofra no anyamu gidie se de daachi bi wonum betimi afaso na wode edi sa adwuma no eno nti wo ka kire aban ene Ghana nyina se yema yeni na ho na yehu aban kora yato aba ede ama no ebra wodi nkomo ede afa sa enwoma suansem ya LGBTQ wode afa enwoma so ede bekyerechire Ghana emabunu ene mofra no sei ene ochiremu.
President Mahama promised to use the curriculum to protect our children from LGBTQ influence. Instead, his government used the curriculum to covertly lay the groundwork to indoctrinate them and to set his agenda. When you check page 107 and page 108 of the recommendations of the Constitutional Review Committee, you would find another covert introduction attempt to introduce LGBT into the bedrock of our Constitution, should the Constitutional Review process pass. Conclusion and demands. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the National Democratic Congress has shown its true colors. The real shift we are witnessing is beyond ideology. It is purely deception. They exploited the genuine moral concerns of Ghanaians as a stepping stone to power. They weaponized it to deceive the public, only to turn around in power to abandon the pursuits, and have now deprioritized those concerns at the altar of political convenience and international appeasement. Now, therefore, the new patriotic
Honorable Reverend John Intim Fojo Koswadi Nsemnebi Etwaso and what say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say Wanokrano and Shadan Canada Hosa and Shadan nye adia eda eponoso a wono wo hwe ho sa ene wo sisudia ka kire no se wono ene NPP amanyoko no ne Ghanafo enyina ese ene wompeo sede na wonum ete wo position wonum adi ho nkomo eye ho dede na wonfa enka ne dadwene ho efrise eyade a eye oman Ghana yade hiade na esefata se wonum sensan san krata no na eba ebedujuma wo oman Ghana mu.
Now therefore, the new patriotic party, together with the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians, demand the following: the immediate realignment of President Mahama's priorities. We say that sovereignty resides in the people. Therefore, President John Dramani Mahama must realign his priorities in line with the real priorities of the overwhelming majority of Ghanaians, specifically the 93% of Ghanaians who, according to the CDD Ghana Afrobarometer survey, consider the practices of LGBTQ and related activities highly repugnant to the societal values and religious beliefs, and crave a potent legislation to urgently address the canker. 93% of Ghanaians consider LGBT canker and its clampdown a major priority. President Mahama, realign your priorities in line with that of the people you serve.
NPP amanyoko no wonuma wogusua ana wokasa Reverend John Intim Fojo Honorable okosua edi twato no wokire mu sehwe esefata pa say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wone ne NDC amanyoko no nyina mpanimfo a wonum ka ho woka won hobom no obu nkotodwe na ne achew papa wonfo won santo won sayem na wonfa achew pa mu odin enko enfoma Ghana eni wiase nyina se wotimi adi oman yihwamo and some would want to opposition what kind of far LGBTQ who nyina say want to me and yet I don't see what no say womra not one for a chopper and for amateur or my Ghana anymore.
Second, an apology to the clergy, to the imams, Muslim clerics, and traditional leaders. The NDC and President John Dramani Mahama must apologize to the Christian Council, the Catholic Bishops Conference, GPCC, and all other ecumenical bodies, the office of the chief imam, and our imams, our Muslim clerics, traditional rulers, and concerned CSOs for the double standards and contradictory priorities demonstrated between the period in opposition and now in power. Additionally, we call on the clergy, our Muslim clerics, communal bodies, traditional rulers, the civil society organizations to call out the NDC and President John Dramani Mahama on their U-turn on LGBT issues to maintain their spirited advocacy for the passage of the pending bill and for
Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai eye omampani abedi echire wodi atu dwase akwansra ye tourism ebetumi akonanim na afa ntoma pefra wo my Ghana mu a agisempanimfo ehwe na osiesie akwan enkuma ye deda enkronkuma emu na afei won mo epeja ahunidie adwumadie mu enti adaba ko adaba akoma so pa ene se feeder roads ye wo communities ahodo no obehwe no wasiesie na wotimi ayempuntunyuma ahodo bebre na apomuden ho nsam ane ahunidie nyina timi afa ne ntoma pefra ba ne sa ebeboa apeja akwansra mu ewo Ghana ha na woni efra maman ebo my Ghana mu ne ba wo mo so ade ani giem abebo o my Ghana de mu na wo kasa ewo abra Nananom ahemfo ya ewo keta ede novikobe afahye ehhehye so na saa dwumadie no ase a ene obatampa won mo si ne nkoso hema se no kwasem wobeye mampani abedi akire woguso etoto niema pa ama empuntuo efa ne ntuma pefra ewo my Ghana mu na Professor Jenna no popo agimase ade ba kokora edanso ewo enkronkro te se novikope ene won ma ewo keta ene se won mo ba epono enti sempanimfo edi akwansra ho dwuma bia ya na wo mo no wotade wo mani ko office ahonwo no ebedru o my Ghana mu o mani agimpoano enu nti ho nyina wo mo behwe no apagya mpuntunwuma mu ewo ho wom esese tourism no enka o my mu ni nyina na sa free aban mu ela wo mo hwetoto niema na so ebremu wo besi from na konkronko man makoye mpuntunwuma sabe ebeya ebetimi ate won manim na apagya akwansra dwumadie mu na ahonwo no so ba wo mo de anigye akọ communities num sene sede bia wo mo bewo enkro akasi.
Ladies and gentlemen, tourism continues to be a vital part of Ghana's economy, and coastal communities are well placed to contribute to it and to benefit from it. The coastline offers a combination of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and community life that cannot be replicated elsewhere. For KG, this presents opportunities for local enterprise, from hospitality and food services to crafts and guided experiences. But this also places a responsibility on all of us to maintain standards, protect the environment, and present the community in a way that inspires confidence. When these conditions are met, tourism does not simply bring visitors, it creates livelihoods and sustains development.
Abusiama yentwa kase ne so enfama o ye ka wo se www.fortuneonline.com obenya kase yi ene nsem hodo a ye bidie ma wo no obenya bi akenkan e wo ho sanso na Facebook nso okwa obenya bi na wa share YouTube nso Fortune GH obenya bi ahwe e wo honom na bibia nso akoso kama e de amawo yentwa kase ne so enfam free VIP Gion wonum akachi ene wo bo amane se wapagya won buo nim efiri wochina ede krode wa wokofa VIP Gion ede atu kwan efiri Kumasi akonkran efiri nkran ede akọ Ghana afana babia Kumasi ko Ghana afana babia ene wapagya won buom adanya wonuma hunu se fongo buo ekosoro ewo my Ghana mu anti wontimi ntina honom enhwe enyenhwe han ema wonum dwumadi a wodi enso entimi ento ape anti de wo kan nyina ene se wapagya won buo nim efiri nyame adoma ochena ehyaase anti mo akwantufo nyina yenka nkira mo neyemo enka yese wonum apagya won buo mu ebra opanimpa ya wono ene ye general manager edema VIP Gion wonum eye ada Kaakyire Obrempong Manson wapani edinsem bi atudwa ebra na wodi nkomo ekire se enka enempo enanana mpanimfo ene wonum ewo meeting se womra na wometena senye hyehyɛ yenhwe kwampa wobetimi di saa fango bo ya akosoro no ebetimi edi djuma nanso wonum de womo se eye omo adjuma ena womo ye womo mpese adjuma no ebegija na to apinti no wonum apagya wombo emu.
The minister has to deliver the message, and we have to go and convene a meeting with extraordinary meeting of all directors and then take it from there. But yes, it is true that we have announced price increases, and those price increases are on the board. We will still await what the president has got to tell us. But then what we have already announced, it stands. But then we will communicate to the directors what the transport minister has said, and we believe we shall have a situation where the company will be strong economically, profitably, and then reinvest into the fleet so that we can serve the teeming traveling public.
So tomorrow, commuters are paying the new transport fares. Is that the case?
Until tomorrow morning, you can't tell. We have said that 07 hours, Wednesday 18th, there's a new transport fare. So come there, see what you pay.
But why has it become so necessary to increase your transport fares?
We have just made that point so clear that these fares were supposed to kick in March 2025. And then at the instance of the transport minister, we stood it down. We suspended those prices. So it has been there for 1 year. And we should not forget that the trajectory of the price increase of VIP, the fares were last increased in April 2024.
And some new and a Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council. When Wonum and Paninfonso Ababontin, the Wonum Hrese. Wobibia, ya wo ye a saying and Wajuma, a Conyabadi and Wajuma or my Ghana mu, so which is saying dear. Munina, a bomb pejamu biada, Majin Ho, a sea, somebody bano, Mobia and Chinchenso, Cosissa and Paninfo, any abayin Paninfo, a Cotsnasi, now Wonum says, Jane, as say a Quambenso, and our this. Sa ebuon to muno ebefa se de beya obi bia ehon betumi atono na obi anso etimi enya eso emfaso ebra opanimpa ya wono ena ye general secretary edema Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council ohene Ijaboa edin komono ensem bi sei ena ode tuja
exactly transpired.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. Yes, as we are aware, we just came from the holidays. And just around the time we go for the holiday, we saw a little rise in the fuel prices. Yes, as a practice, we always have to meet to the ministry and make a decision on the way forward. If you remember, the president also made a statement some 3 days ago that he's going to convene a cabinet ministry meeting for to review the fuel pricing issues. So we came to meet him and he's giving us that information. So we are going back and wait till the president comes from wherever he is, finish with the cabinet meeting and whatever decision they take. But we have actually tabled a number of proposals, including taking off some taxes so that we bring the price down. But once it comes and there's he had a way of dealing with it and bringing the fuel price down. So I have no justification increasing transport fare.
What taxes exactly are you demanding?
We really don't have the scope in my hand. It is their business to look at what possibly they can take it off. As for us, all that we need is that the fuel price within the rate that we can work and make our profits.
What percentages did you propose?
We haven't proposed anything yet. Okay. We haven't proposed it because we haven't discussed the details of the increment, whatever increment we have to do. But we have to get the computation together, get our numbers before we can actually look at how much, if it's possible to increase. But it hasn't come to the table for discussion yet.
Do we have any idea when the cabinet meeting would be held?
We know cabinet haven't had their meetings on Thursday, so maybe after Thursday we'll be able to get some news from the ministry and proceed to do whatever we want to do.
Already, some unions have decided to increase their transport fares effective tomorrow. How do you react to this?
Well, we think it's inappropriate. They will have to hold their fire for now because we all know that there has been some windfall over the period. And once this week we are able to hold it for a few days.
Ye free a change my dear money at the niatre a prosi for a catching now main prosi a jumaconum crabata ye wo a poye a tiffy mantamum and I want more elbow a maniasa one more prosi a jumacono fa slunkubia one more a share set will bet to a month for AD a rucasam a esosa now I share a one munina dear free northern region a tiffy mantamum tis a yakasa one more to me about home Actually, suspects Maku 217. Amanoye Enikasem. Sa Special Anti-Crime Operations Team no. Amutedi ya wadiama wonom aye Red Maria. Na DCOP Wisdom Level. Wanona ya Northern Regional Police Commander. Yan wo friends am trefo nhia ne en wo trensem. Na mania wo bonyina ne sebe bosumi pepe penie. En na wonom ete sa Red Maria team no. so adwuma won ma bono adwuma so ya ekọ nanim na encha ye kra na IGP ne special task force ana won mo atifi mantam no wasan ema won ma adwuma foforo e wo mantam ho a se won mo free baby an won kọ boa se de be ya asumdie nsem ka ye betimi afa ne ntuma pa efra enti won mo kọ ye no na baby a wo sese no akwa mpan tina sesa won mo de sa Red Maria no eba eno na ma bosume pepepe nie won mo epaw team foforo ya etiseye na suspect a watchire wonom no wo chichemu a wo se enipa aduanan won mo di wo masama wie ena won mo edu wo akwato afiase afei emu 32 aduasam ye nu nso ebra wodi wasam no hunu se esese wotwa ebo ma wonom ema wotua ti sankrofo ni nyina atua fines sana emu enwotwe nso se sie wonom eda afiase ena emu aduasa baako so eda reminder woguso a edi won masam na sadie yera wisdom lavo wachire ni nsemu eni.
A total of 217 persons have been arrested and processed for court for these offenses. These offenses include drug possession and peddling, prostitution, unlawful assembly, and out of this number, 40 persons have been convicted by the court. Now, sentences imposed include fines ranging from 2,400 Ghana cedis to 120,000, and also a custodial sentences ranging from 50 months to 15 years imprisonment. Now, further breakdown. 32 convicted persons have paid their fines. 8 persons are currently serving prison sentences. 31 accused persons remain on remand. A total amount of 72,000 has so far been realized as fines paid to the court. Over the past 1 month, the operations of the team have been highly impactful and encouraging, which include Tazi Rank, Ababu Forest, Nobisco Forest, Nantong, and Nyankpala areas.
Sayentua kasiane so ewo ebono ne na hafo mantam no emu Kwame Danso eye kuro ya ewo ehonum na ene yantia sempa eye arahosem Kwame Danso okopiemu ewo honum a ene ejabrantam bi ato edan pon edan kese pa ya edan ahodo a ewo mu abeye bese edunsia na wonum esusu se empo biaye ya wonum eton nuro de efre no pharmacy eno ebi eka ho ene adan ahodo pi no a ewo honomo a ene eja atomu na anopa bese nondu ena wonum ehu se eja no aso ewo efionim na empanifo mra nipa mro wonum eye ya woni a woye timamufo eti kronimu hono woye wadwene se wobetimi asoso eja na no ansa kura na Ghana Fire Service for wonum atimi abepiemu abeboa adum eja no nanso woye wofom de bia ebinumu twinsuo woni a woswa anwa enso eswa woni a woye de obeye bia enso eye ene yese entokofo no wana ato ne akeka eno ti de obetumi aye bia wonum eye nanso entumi amfoa ama eneyi edan adampon bese edunsia de eja atom djurube ahyemu enema ahodo pi na no enampe wona wote efie honum ebo amane no wachire mu se Fire Service for pa womo wa Ghana ha de womo mo nipa o ade ba ye wono mabo ahoma afra wono mu saa nanso watwetwe wona ase a da bia Ghana Fire Service wo be fra wonum se yeba saa eno na aka ho bie ama ejai atimi ahye edan ene enum emuniema hodo gyro be sei na ebra wodi enkomo no wode atuja
Higher edan 4 and a house edan 4 edan 8 enti edan baako nipa baako ne wom edan baako obi ani ho na me ne me kunu na edan baako so bla baako tim na maame ne nananom be 4 ansa na abawa ba konso ne ba etiba ko and story that na 8 sauce no dey sauce no say 2
yes dey mint min kan na mi ton aduane na omo frere say ka bi se oye so ka se camp na obi ka try say there be enya ka AFIA na na shi so mi dey aduane ne ton kra na me ba e fi ni nyina ya nya bibia kwa mfu ba to dine at 13 nani nyina ye 13 and I say aduare ne eyike kan store no eya baako eya ade baako no omoton ba emuso omoton pharmacy omoton ndro
fire service ba ye na me
e ba cho mobile na dino crash ewie echokra na mobile na bibia shi ba ya nya bibia bo mobile na bibia shi dan kwa omoton bedum ba ya nya bibia sure I'm say me a student me last year me a student me set na me bibia by my me bibia nti eboa sure say omo be ye bibia fa my na ya ofa ba ko se ba ya omo se wa hye ne hu nyina hye me na so ba me nyawuni so I say amama kuma nyanto me bibia hye nya bibia wo me free nika na eba ma be hata brosam nti ye pia wonten se ye kodi no me na na to aduane wa bonten nti me ti wona me nua ba ko be ka cha me se eja to fie ni mu na me se eja be na to fie ni mu na wo se me nsore mbe hwe eja da fie ni mu nti me mfa fie mu mbra na che se dan ye papa dan ba ko na eja no edem nti me di America pia bonten e ka kire me na se one friend me ma na eja da fie ni mu nti omo ba ye na che se ade a dia to ni na ahye dia ahye na ya papa na ne dem nso eja ne so mu no ono nso ahye kese
eno eye arehosem ya efiri kwame danso yento akase ne so yebra mu ewo ebono ne mantem ensensem no de yefa wei enwie ewo honom na eno ena se ukopiem ewo ebono ne mantem mu a atebubu ehonom ena sa kase efiri eba na sadie na wotwe a etwa mu ene weekend si yekọ ekodi Easter yi eno ena panimpa wo yesofo panin adema Church of Pentecost ya wono ena eda Pentecostal and Charismatic Council Reverend Richard Nyamike wono ena ye panimpa ya wowo ehonum atebubu na wonom enhia mu ase ena wode tudwa se ye akristofo Ghanafo ene nipa nyina Yesu wabewu ade amayen obi abewu ya sei ede ne nkwa abeto ho ade amayen nanso yesode a enidie nko a wosra se yemawu a Yesu bewu ye no eso emra emfaso emfa emayen se de be ya wobehunu se ampa wabewu ade age adasa ene nipa na yetumi so abo ye bra se de se na efota na aboa ama Yesu ni wo na wowu ye no se bi wanwu wamra nwu anase eso atumi abamfaso ede amayen na wono so eni age se wabewu aboa ama enkwagye atumi aba Reverend Nyamike
Utaya na esi so ne oni ha wa sorry sanya okan mo mra mbehwe baabi a wode ne to wo mati asampa etia de onu wotwe etitemu enum ni ensi ahona wa twara sa oni ha wa sorry sanya okan mo mra mbehwe baabi a wode ne to na yabotaya no ya eti akonti wo mu pa ni say Yesu awu sorry no anu na ye Kristo son fareba Yesu awu sorry no anu na ye Kristo son fapem Bible say Yesu we no one sorry a nka ya sanka ye hunu and a yenji dia ni so ye hunu nti ama awu sorry ni nti Kristo son aba benya fapem wo ho na wonim Yesu a Yesu awu sorry ni nti wa ya ewrade nyankopon aye Yesu ewrade ni ajenkwa na nimu na enkwa wo tisi ya wie nhyiamu ya ye ko Sawati Yesu Kristo dia sumni ye fa ho to no so jaya brabo boni ani ni omafuni bia na di Yesu echi unya hu ne nso a ya to nsafra Yesu mu na enkwa wo brabaji ni di na sum no
Mame ya wono ena woye emakuo panin edema atebubu area Church of Pentecost ono ni din eye Mrs Elizabeth Koko Koni wode ensem ni bi etudwa no wo kire se ema mo so mo ho so monka mo ho mo ne mo kununum monka mo humom se de be ya mo betimi aboa ama asumdue mapa etimi atena fie
mwamba na money ya bebe ye convention ya mishram emra ye convention ya ye kwe ni ye kai ye hu se ye mma ya ye ni ehwe fie ye stresse ye be hwe ye mma so yie ye be hwe ye didie mu yie ni ahwe ye nkunu mu susu yie ye di oboni ni de be ma ye nwura no ye be boa ye nwura no esanse twere ne kan se ye ya boafo e ma ye nwura no enti ye nso ye nwura mu na ye moa wo baby a oyemre no ye nso wo mu ni enam sa akwan no so ni emfa nhwe ye ma ye emfa ntete ye ma ye ntu ye ma ne ye manom ne ye nuanom mfo sebaya abrabo a eye bone na ye papa e ka ho asem no ye ma no ebetwe won ho afiri ho ase wo ade nyina mu emfa ma ye nwura no enti ye sere ne ye tu ye ho fo se ye bebra ye ho ase
Yada soa ewo Easter afashe no emo na nananom no manfo ewo ahwerewam won mo so hwehwe adwumadie edigi kroma ya won mo tete enkrofo enkrosu nyina ebafie won mo ye Easter homecoming ena won mo fa asa akwanya no so eyiyi sika kakra ekeka won sase a wode ebeboa mponto afi won mo dwumadie na asmo de to so ene se wo ka won ho abomu ede ama emponto na ahwerewam hinem Nana ohineba owusu ansa nantia wotoso mieno ede to mabru no nyina nim se wonya sa brebia wode wo ho eto aban so ede apenwuma na asempунtuo namom wo mo ansore waka wonfo onsanya bibi wonka wo homomu entoto niema se de beya empuntuo ye sefata ebeba won kromu na aban de abaya bakọ aban bakọ se de wo mo ehya bo a wo mo ni so no odi o manfo hwamono ni kwa so wode wo ho to aban no nko aso fi se nipa ba kumpo nensa ensu nyame neni kata
se yensum mo ene me no mi no se yensum bro a aya me no mi no aban baby bene me no mi no ye be no na de me no mi no ba no aban bi antimi nye de enye aban bi antimi nye NDC intimi nye MPP intimi nye mesi agroma ebe osi agroma ya sana sabrono manjebe sababa no beso emu a ye beda na se wan so emu so a ye be ya de itineja ye boy ye pempunti abakroma Ironfo edwa masum na suma omu dwa nyina ne so mu ni community center wa ha na suma omu dwa nyina ne sa ye ni community center wa ha toilet ni ha ye ni tie bi e kana bia market ni ha eja so eni bi wa ha school dan ebubu so MPP aba 8 years ko and the same what you Mr. MPP aba 8 years the American kan so MPP aba 8 years ni aba evia wajini o ma nye wite aba roma and this is waba and this is what evia me no ni o ma nye wite ma ro na roma hene asante hene ba so di aban anya no me ne menkwala ne maame ahemfu ye be ya de aban be so me be da na se aban be so mu a ebeda na se wan so emu so ebe ya de wan so emu so ebe ya de
na DC yo ahafano south east honorable Yamba Isaka Nelson wono so etu mabunu fo se nubone number sabasa wonche wo humfre ho na wo fo so mo ani enko wo ma ho fi se oba bia betumi awo na ne ba ebetumpo akonanim a ne nyina agina ngomasua so wompia nkwada no so ewo education
Yetuja embuti etibati sese yekuro bia wo emasiwa yehwena asudie de embra titiri mes mabuno ade bia ya Emma and Kabuma, ever keep to us, ever say a teacher said the extra more, a year red, and the Akan, Mabulia with you. Is that said? A Mabuni at that. A bedroom, not yet, Yaya for it. You be jar or man of the amount. At the end, Mabuna, some attitude of the feeling. Nana Matiti said a very hour, somebody has saw, Messi, Muma saw Ghana, Amagana, upon the at the Papa, we are Madati, at the Musha.
Ebusiafo na enwumre kasia ye de beso mo Fache TV so na ha ne de bibia ba wie ye Millennium Construction ene boy ye chidom ne nya hoden ebeso mo won mo ye adwumaku a waba na wo bua se de be ya obi a benya ajapade asi amadache ebremu wo di sika sie ba bi e pass ase ato say half plot full plot quarter plot ba bi a wo pe no bia Millennium Construction se brai Nafa osika no ebe sha won mo nsamo mo abe pass ase amanso bia ni ho ato ama now they are your project abra obi a emehawo e bia wato asase ne bia sie bibia bebom nti wo pesika no de ayade foforo wan na bedu ani wato asase no ama wo Millennium se fa be sha wo mo nsa wo mo abe part of four enhihya mo be no mu wi a obefro no aba baju sika wo si dream house esi wasase bi so na so contractor wotimi si dreams man ya reality na wo hwehwe bi Millennium Construction and you may come for a show one more try kwan no e wo Kumase Boshe na ya junction fa numbers no go screen ne so na mpanimfo nkasa no achi adansie ho ne ma hodo bia so a wo hwehwe say pillars and as blocks any afofra aka no Millennium fo eyepi bibia fa construction ho de nkwati wonom na ntu sika mu na mfa won san hye wonum da chenka ense agya wadwoa Millennium pe na won ma bene akwadare wa adwuma mu a obetimi aboa no ani gye ewe opeye wo munti ena nwumre bia ye de prime time kase ebesom mo makenkanfo anwumre yeme AFIA twumwa ketwe mene
Obrempong akwasi jabo
ye beda mo aseni ade mo asi ha ye be sorry na obrafie ene abedwafo a akaso abetoa so nyame ya adoma wo kira no pa no nsia